What if the biggest obstacle to influencing people isn't a lack of intelligence, charisma, or communication skills? What if it's something much simpler? According to Dale Carnegie, most human problems begin when we forget one basic truth. People care deeply about how they feel about themselves. The first part of How to Win Friends and Influence People introduced 3 principles that form the foundation of all successful relationships. Master these principles, and you'll find it easier to communicate, lead, persuade, and connect with others. Let's begin with the first lesson. Chapter 1. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Imagine walking through a prison filled with murderers, thieves, and gangsters. Now imagine asking them a simple question. Why did you do it? Most people expect guilt. Most people expect regret. Instead, Carnegie discovered something surprising. Almost everyone had a reason. One criminal blamed society. Another blamed circumstances. Others believed they were victims of bad luck. Very few people consider themselves villains. And that reveals an important truth about human nature. People rarely see themselves as wrong. When we make mistakes, we almost always find a way to justify them. That's why criticism is so ineffective. When you criticize someone, they don't usually think, "You're right, I need to improve." Instead, they think, "You don't understand my situation." The moment people feel attacked, they stop listening. Their focus shifts from learning to defending themselves. Think about your own life. Remember a time when someone harshly criticized you. Did it motivate you? Did it make you eager to change? Or did it make you want to explain yourself? Maybe you replayed the conversation in your mind. Maybe you felt misunderstood. Maybe you became defensive. That's exactly what happens to everyone else. Criticism creates resistance. Understanding creates influence. Carnegie often pointed to Abraham Lincoln as an example. Early in his life, Lincoln openly criticized opponents and publicly mocked people he disagreed with. But over time, he learned a valuable lesson. Attacking people rarely changes them. Respecting them often does. Lincoln eventually became known for his ability to understand different perspectives and treat people with dignity, even when he disagreed with them. The lesson is not that we should ignore problems. Problems still need to be addressed. Mistakes still need to be corrected. But there is a difference between correcting behavior and attacking character. Instead of saying, "You're careless," focus on the specific issue. Instead of condemnation, seek understanding. The next time someone disappoints you, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what circumstances might have led them to act this way? That simple question can completely change your response. Because understanding people is far more powerful than judging them. And once you stop attacking people's pride, you can begin doing something far more effective, making them feel important. Chapter 2. Give honest and sincere appreciation. A hardworking employee stays late every night. Nobody notices. A child cleans part of their room. Nobody notices. A spouse quietly supports the family year after year. Nobody notices. Then one day, someone says, "I appreciate what you did." And suddenly, everything changes. Why? Because one of the deepest human desires is the desire to feel important. Not wealthy, not famous, not powerful. Important. Carnegie believed this desire drives much of human behavior. People want to feel valued. They want to know their efforts matter. They want recognition for their contributions. When people receive sincere appreciation, something remarkable happens. Motivation increases. Confidence grows. Relationships become stronger. And people naturally want to continue doing good work. But there is an important distinction. Appreciation is not flattery. Flattery is exaggerated praise designed to manipulate. Appreciation is genuine recognition based on truth. People can usually tell the difference. Fake praise feels empty. Sincere appreciation feels meaningful. Imagine two managers. The first manager only notices mistakes. Every conversation focuses on problems. Employees begin feeling discouraged. Morale drops. Motivation disappears. Now imagine another manager. This manager still addresses problems when necessary, but they also recognize effort. They acknowledge improvement. They celebrate progress. Which team is likely to perform better? Which employees are more loyal? Which workplace feels more positive? The answer is obvious. People grow where appreciation lives. Unfortunately, most people have developed the opposite habit. They quickly notice what's wrong. They rarely notice what's right. Carnegie challenges us to reverse that pattern. Start looking for strengths. Start noticing effort. Start recognizing progress. Not because it's polite, because it's effective. A single sincere compliment can have a lasting impact. A moment of appreciation can change someone's entire day. And often, it can change a relationship. When people feel valued, they become more open, more cooperative, more engaged, and more willing to listen. Which brings us to the third principle. Chapter 3. Arouse in the other person an eager want. Imagine a fisherman heading out to catch fish. He puts worms on the hook. Not because he likes worms, because the fish do. The lesson seems obvious, yet most people completely ignore it when communicating. They talk about what they want, what they need, what matters to them. Meanwhile, the other person is silently asking one question: what's in it for me? This is where most persuasion fails. People are not primarily motivated by your desires. They are motivated by their own desires. Consider a salesperson. One says, "This is our newest product." The customer barely reacts. Another says, "This product can save you 3 hours every week." Now the customer pays attention. Same product, different message. The first message focuses on the seller. The second focuses on the customer. That's the difference. Carnegie's insight is simple but powerful. If you want influence, stop asking, "How can I get what I want?" Start asking, "What does the other person want?" Then connect your idea to their goals. Great leaders understand this. Great parents understand this. Great communicators understand this. They see the world through the other person's eyes. They understand that people move fastest when they believe they're moving towards something they personally desire. This isn't manipulation. Manipulation benefits one side. True influence creates a win-win outcome. Both people benefit. Both people achieve something valuable. And because of that, cooperation becomes natural. When you consistently think from the other person's perspective, your conversations improve. Your relationships improve. Your ability to lead improves. Because people feel understood. And people are far more likely to support someone who understands them. The big idea of Part 1. The first 3 principles form the foundation of human relationships. Don't damage people's pride. Make them feel valued. Connect your ideas to their desires. Together, these principles reveal one of Carnegie's most important lessons. People are influenced less by logic and more by emotion. The person who understands this gains a powerful advantage in every conversation, every relationship, and every area of life. Because when people feel respected, appreciated, and understood, they become far more open to influence. And that's where real human connection begins.